been made in Canadian basketball. One hand down, all over the defense.
One-hand talkback.
Oh! Bringing the fans to their feet, putting a man in the rim.
And we're back here live on NorthPoleHoops.com. The MPA bringing in Central Tech versus Halifax Prep. Great matchup in Ottawa, battle in the capital. This is our 5th of 7 games. If you've missed any of the action, be sure to stick and stay tuned with us on NorthPoleHoops.com, and also go through the YouTube page to pick up any of the action that you've missed. Central Tech, 3rd place finalist from a year ago, definitely looking for some redemption. I know Coach Jeffers believes that his team could really bring that punch this year and make it to the finals. On the flip side, we have a Halifax Prep team making their first initial start to the MPA season in franchise history. This is definitely an up-and-coming squad with some great mentorship from the coach's end. Eli, tell me about both squads. What do you like?
Well, for Central Tech, man, they're always going to try to turn it up right from the get-go, try to force guys into turnovers. They're more of a full-court team, trying to make you cough it up early. Halifax Prep has the guard play, has the ball handlers to be able to break the press and get it into the half-court set. Now, they do lack size, but they make up for that with their grit. That East Coast grit is well and plenty on Halifax Prep.
And that's exactly what we're looking forward to. This is going to be a gritty matchup. We got a team right out of Toronto, not like Crestwood. This team is a lot more grittier, and they take that from their head coach, Kevin Jeffers. He was the former coach at one of the all-time staples in Toronto basketball at Eastern Commerce, and now they're over here at Central Tech. With that being said, DeAndre Reed already put in a 2-pointer from the corner, and he puts in a layup there for an early 4-0 start. Central Tech is up 8 minutes in the first.
I really like Coach Marcus Eaton's decision here to start McGee on this squad. He's wearing number 2 in the Halifax Prep white and black jerseys. McGee is an elite ball handler that can really separate and create space between his defender. And as you saw in the first pass to Tony, he could really find his guys.
It was a nice finish by Halifax Prep's Brandon Muntu on the spin. They've got some really good guard play, and they're very under control at all times.
Now, you see McGee is creating offense. He's doing really well with the ball in his hands, but it's guys off of the ball that got to be able to make a move. You can't just ball watch.
100%, and there's McGee again.
He's finding his guys.
3 goals.
Jaron Johnson on the triple.
Talk a bit about Jaron Johnson. I know he picked up an offer a couple days ago.
He picked up his first offer. It was from Eastern Florida Junior College. Now, Jaron is a high academic student, likely not headed the JUCO route, but nonetheless, a no-brainer for a program like that to offer. Just, you never know what happens down the road, and they want to be the first in. So congratulations to him, and on many more to come. Johnson has superb vision. He's a lead pass type of guy, so he's reading plays 2-3 steps ahead. I really love this kid's game.
And it's very impressive to see this Halifax Prep team. Everyone can handle the ball. Everyone can handle pressure. They've all got multiple weapons in their arsenal. As you see Jaron Johnson with the spin, the pitch out, but that pass was definitely telegraphed, and it's going to be a turnover. Shot clock violation here. 7-5 early lead for Central Tech 6:23 left in the first quarter.
And composure is key for this Halifax Prep team. There is going to come a time in this game where Central Tech goes on a run. Now, with most teams, when Central Tech goes on a run, they shut down mentally. And that shows, you know, the difference between the guys who are mature and can take it and bounce back and the guys that just, you know, wrap it up.
Looks like a timeout has been called by Halifax Prep. It's early, 9-5. They're trailing, 6:19 left here in the first quarter. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
Let's keep it going. Keep the intensity high.
Get your feet square. Get your feet square.
Take it home, write it down, grab a homie, and work on it. Work on it, master it.
AJ Lawson, go! He gets it to go! Wow! Pick it up, Jalen.
Oh my God!
Top 10, top 10.
Two-way players are the best players. Understand that. Two-way players are the best players.
Here's Sabri Phillips, two-hand jam!
Let's go, boy!
It doesn't matter from what city you're from, how tall you are, what school, what club you represent, game speaks. There's no politics here.
And we're back here in Ottawa. DeAndre Reed looking to complete the the 3-point play at the line. An inconsistent shooter so far. Reed definitely is able to finish inside. It's just when he brings that outside shot to his game, then he'll be a more complete overall prospect.
I'll tell you who is consistent. Our production team want to show some love to Matt Babiak on the camera work right now, and Tristan Jones handling the technical side of things.
And Ryan Toney with the 3 for Halifax Prep. DeAndre Reed comes on the other end, finishes easily. Nice block there in transition by Central Tech. Here's Raheem Sullivan. He's fast. He'll go by you. Nice pass to Matthew Davies. And he had the dunk there. Head was at the rim. Another turnover. They can't convert though. Central Tech. They miss on the other end. Halifax. Barry gets stripped.
Barry's holding on to it way too long. He's got to get rid of it sooner. Most of Halifax Prep's offense is going to come through ball movement. 1-2 dribble max. Keep the ball moving. Keep your feet moving. This is not one of those squads that you can, you know, take 10 dribbles against. Central Texas is they're gonna collapse on you, and they're gonna force you into turnovers.
And they're gonna force you into passing. That's something Barry hasn't done consistently here in the first quarter. It's still early, 5:24 left. Central Tech has doubled up Halifax Prep 16-8. Sullivan at the free throw line, touches the top of the backboard, goes in, and now here comes the substitutions. Barry's gonna sit down. Looks like Coach Marcus Eaton wants to give him a break, maybe let him settle into how the game's going.
Here's McGee.
Very good pace on McGee as he shreds a defender. But like you said, they're coming to the ball. So if you turn it over like that, it doesn't matter. As number 21, Naz Roberts, goes up high, down hard, 2 hands.
And that's one of the weapons coming off of the bench. You have him on one side finishing with the big dunk. On the other side, really altering the shot of Halifax Prep.
12th grader.
So he's class of 2019. He'll be coming out next year after a post-grad year.
Definitely got some bounce in his step here. Let's see how Halifax Prep responds. They're down 11 early here in the first period. This is definitely something that they had to see coming. Central Tech is the type of team that likes to jump all over you, and like Eli pointed to, they do it in spurts. Halifax Prep gets it in. McGee passes it back out to Montu. Takes the 3, makes it. Nice pass inside there. Nice cut. Davies misses it. Who's going to get the rebound? Wow, 2 Central Tech players going for it. They're the hungrier team as Davies cleans up what he started.
Good job with the pump fake, getting the defender to leave his feet before going up with it. Muntu called for a carry.
Muntu, the left-hander, he's been pretty impressive so far with the spin move, then the 3, 5 points early on. 21-11, 10-point lead, 4:29 left. Halifax has 2 fouls, Central Tech, none. Inside, here's Isaiah Adeboye. Back to Isaiah. He's going to go inside, loses the handle, gets it back, stepped out of bounds though. Halifax ball.
Halifax basketball.
Halifax in their inaugural season here in the MPA. Definitely a team full of skilled ball handlers. As they continue to recruit, I think they're going to have to go for some size, some length, to definitely be able to compete at the highest level.
That's a part of the recruiting process, part of the growth.
Out of bounds will be Halifax ball. There's 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Let's see what they can get going. McGee, he's probably going to have to create for himself here. He does it very well as he goes inside, finishes, cuts the lead down to 8.
And you know, one thing I want to make sure that this team, well, I can't do it myself, but I'd like to see it fixed is Halifax Prep doesn't all seem to be on the same page. It's as if they're not happy for each other's success when it does happen. I'm just seeing from a body language standpoint, like, there's something going on internally where these guys are not all on the same page. And they absolutely need to be, because they're already deficient in so many other areas.
That can't be one of the things that they worry about. On the other end, Davies, he hits the pull-up jumper. What have you seen really from Davies' game? I know he can jump out of the gym. What else does he bring to the table?
Well, he's just got such great brute strength, and it's not every day that you see somebody from the Philippines that has that kind of stature. They're just naturally not all built like that. But Davies is able to play the small forward position. I know he's even perimeter oriented to some degree. We just don't get to see a lot of that out of necessity for Central Tech.
Isaiah Adebayo goes in, misses, and there's our guy, Naz Roberts, with the finish. And Marcus Eaton, he wants a timeout. His team's down 14 early. First quarter here, 3:07 left. We're going to go to a quick break. Stay tuned.
Yet again, a 10-point advantage restored for Team Blue. Oh! It's Judy Georges throwing it down!
Welcome to the NPH live broadcasting experience. Allow our team of video technicians to capture your event in high definition. Streaming directly on all NPH media platforms. Up-to-the-minute live game coverage featuring professional commentators and analysts.
Tip in! No good! 2 seconds to go! Oh!
Commercial spots available to promote and market your brand, event, or product. Enjoy the ultimate way to catch the game.
NPH events. There's an opportunity to get involved at the ground level. NPH hosts elite level high school tournaments to national club team championships throughout the course of the season. Now is your chance to get involved with the fastest growing sport in Canada with the industry leaders and influencers. Get in the game today and join NPH in growing basketball.
And we're back live here. DeAndre Reed, my apologies, Isaiah Adebayo. He scores, left hand, lots of contact, no call. That's going to be an offensive foul as number 7, Muntu, was out of control.
Yep, he definitely was, and you know, he's upset with himself on that play. You just got to recognize that once you start that drive, they're collapsing on you and they're waiting for you to make a mistake.
Here's Central Tech. They take it inside, and here comes Naz Roberts. He traveled. He saw Jared Johnson in front of him, tried to take an extra step, forgot to put the ball on the floor. Halifax down 16, 2:45 left here in the first quarter. They've got to chip away at this lead. How are they going to do it? Well, let's see if that three falls. No, but they're hustling. Get the offensive rebound. Goes out of bounds, though. Central Tech will get the ball back.
And Nick, I think once next year, when you see Halifax prime up their roster, you're going to see Muntu move to his natural position at the point guard spot. And when he's got offensive weapons around him that can create, he's going to be a deadly PG. Class of 2020, already at 6'4", good length, good size for the position.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. I mean, he's a combo guard, has some scoring prowess, has shown off the three-point stroke already, spin move in the lane as well with the finish. Prospect on the rise. Halifax is going to be a team on the rise next year. We're going to see a very different team. I know Coach Marcus Eaton is dedicated to really building up the program, as Halifax has some of the best talent anywhere in Canada in terms of basketball. Big miss there by Isaiah Adebaye. It was a long three. Didn't think he was going to make it. Didn't. Here's Jaron Johnson. He goes to the crossover. Spin move. Kind of out of control. They're going to call it travel. It was either that or a foul, and I didn't see much of a foul there. Central Tech. Matthew Davies. He's coming back in. No, excuse me. Sorry. That is Thomas Yoon who will be coming in for Central Tech. On the other end, Ryan Toney is going to take a breather for Halifax Prep. Stuck 16. Naz Roberts, another three, misses. Halifax with the rebound. Here comes Muntu. Nice pass ahead. Let's see if they can finish. No, block. Central Tech coming the other way. This is a track meet. Tennis match. You look one way, look the other. Ball's going back and forth.
Both teams play a similar style. It's just who plays it better.
Right now they're playing at the free throw line. Foul committed by Halifax Prep. They've got 4. Central Tech, none. 1:40 left here in the first quarter. Callan McKinnon will be shooting 2 free throws here. First one's up. No good. Back rim. Second one is going to be up and good. Rattles it in. Muntu. Playing dangerously on that half-court line. Looked like it was an over and back. No call, though. Here's Halifax Prep. Nice pass inside. Just not a good handle there, as number 9, Logan Razon, pushes it out of bounds. Central Tech will get the ball back. Here's Yoon. Gets it over to Ishmael. Back to Yoon. Now the baseline drive by Kantu. And Yoon almost comes up with the steal. They're lightning quick. You think they're not there, but they show up out of nowhere. Central Tech almost up 20 here in the first quarter. Muntu bringing it up. Pulls it back out, looking for a screen. Won't get it. Passes it to Johnson. He then swings it over to Smith. Smith inside, makes it. Central Tech. McKinnon goes into the corner. Cantu goes up, misses it. Who's going to corral it? It'll be Halifax. Foul, McKinnon. 2 hands on the dribbler, not allowed to do that. 55 seconds left here in the first quarter. Halifax Prep. Johnson. He's going up. The left-hand pass. There's a 3-point bomb, no good. Halifax back on the offensive board, and they'll go to the free throw line. It's number 1, Ty Mergondon, that'll be shooting 2.
Number 1.
Ty Merningham will have 2 free throws here. 41 seconds left. 17-point game early. Central Tech has done all of the right things. Halifax Prep missing free throws. That's not going to help them. Also have 4 team fouls, so I believe we'll see Central Tech take it to the rim here. They're going to go for a 2-for-1. 41 seconds left and the 24-second shot clock. So Cantu looking inside, gets it to McKinnon. McKinnon reverse pivots over to Yoon. Yoon pivots the other way. Now he's got the ball over to McKinnon. He's going to attack over to the corner. Now Cantu has the ball, looks inside, and big man Craig Strangways will go to the free throw line. Two shots here. First one's up. It's good. Second shot is also good. Strangways makes both of them. Montu, nice try, but it was telegraphed. Here comes Yoon. Yoon will go inside, miss. Here's Montu. He'll find the outlet, and there's no finish. However, the ball will go to Central Tech. 10 seconds left here. 18-point lead. See if Halifax is able to maybe pick off this pass. Yoon. And that's a foul. Unnecessary. You're already in the bonus. You're just giving them 2 points at this point. I like Montu's body. Looks like he can definitely run the point, that combo guard position very well.
Yeah, he's got the physique to play at the next level as well, and once he starts packing on some more muscle, he'll look even more ready.
And he's a lefty, always tough to guard, as you and your brother will attest to.
It's not easy being a lefty.
Come on now.
No, it's always tough to guard a lefty because, especially one that can go back to his right, you never know which side is coming.
Montu there. Kind of bobbled
I became ambidextrous very late in the game, and that's kind of a regret of mine, although I don't live with many regrets. But, you know, not learning to attack right up until pretty much my first year of university kind of held me back a little bit.
For sure. Hey, listen, players, if you don't want to be held back like Eli, go both ways. Always the way to go. 34-16 here. Early lead by Central Tech. We're heading to the second quarter. Stay with us. We've got tons of more action coming your way from the nation's capital, Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
Everyone has their story. What's yours? Were you born with the ball in your hands? Or were you a late bloomer? Are you a dead-eye shooter? Or a high flyer? Throws up an alley-oop! All elbow! Williams! Are you a leader? Or an elite role player? North Pole Hoops wants to know. What's your story?
AJ Lawson is who we're zoned in on right now. He'll be playing next along with his GTA prep squad against the home team, CTA. A 2019 battle between the #1 prospect in 2019, Lawson, and Luel Akkad, who currently sits at #9 and is actually making a strong case to climb up the ladder.
Definitely, especially with the season CTA has had. How vital do you think Akkad is to what they've been able to do on the floor?
Oh, he's a big part of that. He's a backbone to that team. The turnover that time.
Here we go, Halifax for 3, no good. DeAndre Reed effortlessly jumps up, grabs it with one hand, gets it to Sullivan, who's just knifing into the lane, misses the easy one. Here's Johnson on the rebound over to Barry, who's able to finish with the left hand.
Halifax gotta look to make some stops here. That's the most important part for them. They gotta stop the bleeding here early. On pace is Central Tech for a 50-point half, which means a 100-point game likely.
And what's the rule? First to 100 usually wins. Here's Raheem Sullivan, three-pointer, no good. Hits the extension on the top, so that will be out of bounds. Halifax ball. Really like to see them run some solid sets here. Maybe get a couple layups, couple stops, anything to get this down to a single-digit lead. Here's Johnson. He'll launch the three, no good. A little bit over 2 minutes played here. 8 minutes left in the quarter. Nice charge taken there as Yoon flies into Montu. He takes the charge. Halifax Prep will receive the ball. Central Tech will go into their full court zone defense, something that's really frustrated other teams. That's where you see them go on their crazy spurts of scoring 10 to 12 points in a row. Here's McGee, no chance. Reed says, get that garbage out of here. Raheem Sullivan, I'm faster than you. Just goes by everybody like Swiss cheese. That defense has a lot of holes in it. 18-point lead.
Haven't heard that one in a while. Swiss cheese.
Hey, when the holes are that big, I mean, it's the only way we can really characterize it.
The fromage.
A little bit of French.
Central Tech doubled up on Halifax Prep's points here, 36-18. We're still in the second quarter and a lot of whistles here. Time moving slowly.
8 minutes left in this half. We'll see if Halifax is able to kind of claw their way back in. I think at this point, what you need to do is get it down to single digits before the end of the half. It's going to be a foul. Central Tech on the box out. They're saying that there was a hold, is the referee, so Halifax will bring the ball in. And they're taking a look at the team fouls, making sure everything is up to date. We've got 1 currently on Halifax and 2 on Central Tech in the second. There's going to be full court pressure applied here by Central Tech. The Blue Dragons. Interesting mascot right there. Halifax bringing it up. Here's McGee. He's up there looking for some help. We'll pass it off to Montu. Some good off-ball movement here by Halifax. Let's see what it comes to. Montu didn't really get anywhere on that screen. Raheem Sullivan, good defense. Here's a shot, a little bit for Central Tech. They've got the rebound, looking for DeAndre Reed. Who's he going to pass it to? No one. He turns it over. Barry. Oh, nice little dipsy doodah dribble. Here's McGee with the three. Brings it down to a 15-point lead here. 7 minutes left, second quarter. Central Tech moving it around this zone. Let's see what Sullivan does. He enters it inside. It eventually makes its way over to Reed. He misses. Rebound corralled by Halifax Prep. It's going to Montu. Let's see if he can find someone. Or maybe he just takes it himself. No, he gets it over to Barry. Barry looking at Johnson. Reed almost came away with it. McGee again. Another three. No chance.
A little
really
rush
long.
that time with the defender coming out at him. And there you have Coach Eaton mentioning don't rush it. On that swing, you know, McGee could sidestep him, could pump fake him, could do a lot of things to get a clearer look at that.
But he didn't. He airballed it, and Halifax Prep is actually very fortunate. It was bobbled out of bounds by Central Tech. They'll have the ball. Only 9 seconds left on the shot clock, though, so they've definitely got to get something off extremely quickly and efficiently. Here we go, Montu, three-pointer in the corner. Couple back-to-back threes now. We're looking at a 12-point game. Central Tech comes back. Foul will be called on number 11, Ryan Toney. As number 13, Rashawn Chambers will go to the free throw line. Central Tech, very similar to CTA in the sense that they're interchangeable. They got guys. Guys are coming in, guys are coming out. They could all do pretty much the same thing. The only thing I'll say about CTA is they've got guys with size and length. Chambers, first one's up, short. Chambers looking to redeem himself on this one. Shots up. Now this one's long. Can Halifax rebound? Yes, they can. Montu bringing it up. Looking around. Finds McGee. McGee swings it over to Johnson. Johnson.
The ball has to keep moving on this Halifax Prep team. It's got to be pass and cut. You got to create offense while you're on the move.
It only stayed in the right hand, the right side of the floor that time, and it resulted in a miss. Raheem Sullivan missed there as well. Here's McGee. He's going inside, bumps into his own guy in Johnson. He's got Montu wide open. Does he make it? No, he misses it. Here's Central Tech on the other way, pushing it. Will they find something? Davies inside, and he finishes left hand.
That's a strong body on Daves.
Here's Montu spinning out of control, misses it completely. Raheem Sullivan goes in for Daves. Pokes it back to Sullivan. There's going to be a foul here called on number 5, Johnson, Jaron Johnson. Substitutes coming in for Halifax Prep, looking to get some fresh bodies out there. 14-point lead. They're battling. They've got 3 team fouls. Central Tech has 2. 5:26 left here in the second quarter. Sullivan, will he take it? No. High dribble, nice pass out, and Tariq B. Hamad with the 3. Really enjoyed watching Hamad at our showcase as well. Johnson shoving, pushing Sullivan, sorry, not Sullivan, but number 3, Jared Jones, out of his way before eventually being called for the offensive foul. Central Tech, Hamad bringing it up, sees Sullivan, calling the play. Looks like a 3-2 on Halifax Preps, and there's Jones, misses it. Daves skies for the tip. Here's Daves again, and he misses the dunk. But Jones has it. He gets it to Hamad. 3, cash.
There's so many guards that Central Tech could throw on the floor that can make threes and distribute. That's what makes them so dangerous, especially here in transition.
Quick timeout after a burst of buckets for the Central Tech Blues. They're up by 22.
Well, Central Tech, it's the historic look, that castle feel. It's a gauntlet. You walk past and you just, whoa, you look up, and the reputation that comes with it, it has that feel, it has that effect. Being in downtown Toronto, it is what it is. You're gonna get everything, right? So all the distractions are gonna happen, all the excitement's gonna be there, any little thing happens in school, it's newsworthy because you're a downtown school, right? So we have to get past all those distractions and focus in and dial in what we're supposed to do inside this gym. Do we play with a chip? We make it so.
We're a grit and grind team. Like, we're like underdogs. So like, we play like, even though we're up 20, we play like we're down 20.
We try to break the neck of the other team.
And we're back here after a quick timeout from Halifax Prep. Coach Eaton definitely wanted to get the boys back into the offensive set. They cut it down to as little as 12. Now it's back up to 22. McGee dribbling himself into a coma before he shoots the three, makes it, banked it. Don't think he called it though. Here's Central Tech. Finds a man in the corner, no good. Daves has the rebound. Nice pass out before eventually getting it back. Lefty jumper.
There's that stroke we're talking about. He can really get it going from mid-range and from outside. I don't want coaches to feel like, you know, he's an undersized center. That's not his natural position. He plays that at times out of necessity.
Turnover there by Halifax Prep. On the tip, McGee caught it out of bounds. Can't do that. Central Tech ball. Daves going inside, mishandles it. Here's the leak out. Barry, is he going to make it? Yes, he will.
That starts with the lead pass from Brendan Montu. The placement of that pass right in position to protect Barry from getting blocked and give him a clear look at the basket.
And there, the aforementioned Daves with the three ball. Definitely an interesting prospect, being a lefty with that size, with that bounce, and now also able to hit the three. But Montu, he'll respond. He's had a great first half in terms of ball movement, shooting the ball, and making buckets. Tough pass there by Daves. Goes out of bounds. Subs are coming in. Cantu comes in for Central Tech, while on the other end, Smith and Ty Murignad come in for Halifax Prep. Here's Smith. He's got the ball. Nice crossover there. Eludes the defense. Gets it inside. Tough pass. Didn't really put his guy in a position to do something there. But he'll get the ball back. Here's Smith. He doesn't want to shoot it. He'll go inside. Feeds it out. Three-pointer, no good.
It's just not falling for Tony today.
He hit one early on, thought it might be his night, but hasn't been able to find the twine again after that. Here's Central Tech. They're running their half-court zone offense. Cantu, that's a deep three. Had to shoot it out of necessity. There's Daves. He's got great elevation and a very nice follow-through on that jumper. His team, Central Tech, they're up 23. Here's Montu. Anything you could do, I could do better. He tries to say to Daves, no chance. Oh, and with two long strides, Cantu goes up with two hands, down hard. Second time he's thrown one down. Eaton wants, Coach Eaton of the Halifax Prep wants them to box out. He's vigorously yelling at his players wants to see more effort on that end of the rebounding spectrum. Number 4, Barry, he comes in. Smith, he'll take a seat. Had some moments there, nice crossover, but hasn't been able to really finish inside. Here's Barry, he's going in left-handed, almost lost it, somehow puts it in. Great finish.
My fellow lefties are in the house today.
Definitely. We've got a handful on the court right now.
A left handful. Yeah.
Insert pun here, courtesy of Elias.
Elias, Eli, Easy E, E-Money, E23. Call it what you want, baby. Just don't call it Caps. Little bit of a, I took a little bit from Wheezy there.
That's it. He was definitely the guy back in the day. Don't know about today, but DeAndre Reed is that guy today. He misses Raheem Sullivan with the putback, and this is becoming a little difficult to watch. 25-point lead. 4 fouls for Halifax, 3 for Central Tech. 40 seconds left here in the first half.
And Ty Mergenan from Halifax, a 2020 small forward. He's got a lot of learning to do. These guys got to watch a lot of film to study their mistakes and pick up on some chemistry.
Central Tech is on pace for 120. That would be the highest scoring input that we've seen today.
I think there was a team yesterday that hit the 120 mark. I don't remember who, but yes, 120 is the highest so far.
We'll see. Central Tech looking to see if they can beat it. And Tarek, sorry, my mistake, Isaiah Adebaye with the left-handed 3. They've got 64 points. The half is over. 64-36. We'll be back in about 8 minutes time. Stick and stay with us here at North Pole Hoops.
Try not to let go. If you're a hard worker, if you have nothing to lose, if you're gonna put it all on the line every night, then you could come play on Central Tech.
I'm praying that they take on my personality. I got a smile and I laugh and I joke outside of the game, but inside the game, I'm yelling, I'm screaming, and I'm fierce. And that's how we're developing right now.
Stop relying on what we did in the years past or the games past. It's now, yes?
And when we get to be that, tenacious group, that loud group, that aggressive group, great things happen.
That style and structure is making Central Tech a destination basketball school for players like Matthew Daves, who joined the Blues for his senior season.
I knew the coaches and I knew how their style of training was. And I thought that I'd fit in here well. It just brings up like a certain tone to how I'm doing everything. So like every single rep is more important now. Being Filipino, it's a bit different. Like people look at me a different way when I'm playing. They're not gonna see someone like me, like an Asian person, play the way that I play usually.
How do you play?
I'm in the air a long time, just to say that.
In Season 2 of the National Preparatory Association, Jeffers will look to his returning seniors to lead the team on and off the court, which also prepares them for the next level.
Me being the oldest, it puts a lot of responsibility on my back because coach, he tells me to always watch out for the guys, make sure everyone's good. Because after I leave here, coaches on other schools, they look at the kind of person you are off the court before on the court. They want to know what you could do in school. They want to know what you could do in a group of people if you're going to be communicating. All my friends back home, they really think I've changed a lot, and they said it's for the better too.
Coach Jeffrey is an amazing guy. He taught me a lot because he's been coaching me since young, been watching me play growing up, playing basketball at the community center. And he just been there for me. It changed me a lot because before I wasn't really doing the stuff that I need to do to go to the next level. Since I came here, I started getting the support, the help that I needed to succeed, school-wise and basketball-wise. He prepares me to be a man.
The good will follow the good, the bad will follow the bad. But if people see the good in you, they're gonna make sure and push you to that stream. Central Tech is labeled. It's no chance that I'm here trying to change that label, try to bring forward a better understanding of who it is and what the school is about.
RJ
about him is he's a basketball player. There is no position defined for him. He's learning the skills. He's learning the skills of playing the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the guard at all the positions.
The last thing what makes RJ Jr. so special is that he wants to be special. He's willing to do the work to become special. He's open to learning. He has his flaws like everyone else does, but he recognizes his flaws. He knows he can keep working on them. And he's never satisfied even with his own strengths as a basketball player. So that's what makes him special.
Number 7, Roman Barrett Jr.
That's my boy. He never stopped seeking to amaze me. And when we were in the game, like, I could tell what he was gonna do. I was like, you know, he's my boy. I'm gonna just let him, you know, show out. So, but the chemistry's really good. We're roommates right now, and everything. So.
I call him a professional scorer. That's definitely going to translate to the NBA game. He is relentless on getting around you and getting to the basket and getting to the foul lines. And that's what I respect about him. I'm a huge fan of his.
That's all. Okay, showtime.
RJ making the splash takes his rightful throne at number 1, and I think regardless of class, he would have been there anyways. Maybe even number 1 in North America, let alone the Canadian rankings. Was the leading scorer in the most competitive league in the world at the amateur level. At 6'7", a guy that's playing 2 and 1, that's a deadly combination.
I mean, I think the first thing with RJ is he has goals, right? He has goals that he's set out, that he's driving for. So that's always great, right? Because all you ever really have to do is continue to focus him towards the goals he set. If you're trying to achieve the things that he is, I think that he's a hard worker, he's been a consistent worker, and oh, here he comes. Oh.
Yes. Yeah. Being number 1 in the world, you know, there's no conversation about it, there's no discussion about it. But what's next for you? What are your goals?
Pretty simple, go to college and go to the NBA and be a star.
Will shoot another 3, his 3rd triple already.
I'm a retired teacher. I coached at a whole bunch of different levels throughout the player delivery system in Canada. Involved myself at the provincial level as head coach of Team Ontario from 1994 to 97. Coached at the university level, University of Guelph for 7 years, high school coach, and I'm now an author. And I'm an author of a book called Can't Miss, a story about Kevin Pangos. But the angle that I'm bringing about the book is that I'm a basketball coach who wrote a book. So the delivery of the book encapsulates everything that's Canada basketball is all about.
Bembry handling it, cross court to Pangos for 3, and Kevin knocks it down.
I read a book called Outliers, and it talked about why people need people around them to take advantage of in order to succeed at the highest levels. That same summer, Kevin was chosen as the youngest member of the national team. Kevin might be an outlier. Kevin was playing for A-Game Hoops, which is a team that Kyle Julius ran. And Kevin was on the team as a high school player. And I was coaching at the University of Guelph, and Kevin was lighting us up. And I'm loving this because I've loved Kevin since he was a kid, but I'm also hating it because we're getting drilled by this team. And Chris leans over to me and says, that guy.
And we're back here with second half action. Central Tech, Halifax Prep. Big lead here for Central Tech as they're almost up 30. Halifax, so one thing you know about them is they're going to fight till the bitter end with everything they've got. Kind of that East Coast flavor as Johnson goes inside, finishes with a great right-handed finish.
Terrific feel by Johnson. Kind of saw that the defender was on him on his left side, held him off with the off arm, still able to come up with the finish.
Where do you project Johnson and how much have you seen of him so far?
I've seen enough to know that I could project him as a mid-major or a mid-major plus type of point guard from the 2020 class. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up going higher.
Definitely over there, an errant pass. That's going to be a foul on Montu.
That's definitely the right call. Backpedaling all the way. If you want to get that call, you got to beat him to the spot and establish both feet.
The real question is, how do you beat Raheem Sullivan to the spot?
Oh, you don't. You don't. You get out of the way, or it's a chase down, or you're already there before him.
That's the only way. I mean, that guy is fast.
He's so fast, it's like, dude looks like he's just teleporting sometimes.
You blink and you miss him. So in a race, you got him or Daniel Saki?
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
First, we got to get them without the ball and then with the ball.
You know what? I'm going Daniel Saki. Because Daniel Saki not only has the speed, but he switches it up on you. He stop and go, stop and pop, change direction at the same time. I love them both. I'm a fan of Raheem Sullivan. I think he might pick up an offer real soon. I can't say from who yet, but stay tuned. He's going to be picking up a JUCO offer very, very soon.
Definitely. And especially with the way he's been playing throughout this session, definitely a guy that could create his own shot and just help his teammates in every sense of the way. Nice left-handed pass there by Johnson. McGee fouled on multiple occasions before he finally gets to the rim.
I like what I'm seeing from McGee. Now it's going to take a matter of just shot selection here for the rest of the way. He is recognizing the defense's closeouts and went like on that one right there. Defense came out with the right foot out. He just went right underneath against the momentum.
Definitely. He's shown some good things. Has a pure stroke. Definitely can shoot it from the outside. His size hurts him a little, but he's not small and skinny. He's definitely a shorter guy, but has some... He looks like he can bulk up a bit as well. Here's Sullivan.
And the ref missed that, but Raheem Sullivan had stepped over on the half-court line.
Over and back there. I've seen it a couple times as well. It looks good here. Halifax is not wavering a bit. They're playing like they've got absolutely nothing to lose, which is how they should be playing. Central Tech, though, monstrous lead here in the third quarter. 8 minutes left.
And essentially what Halifax is playing with is a four guard lineup. 4 PGs on the floor, and I wouldn't even consider Tony a forward. Look at him as a small forward or maybe a shooting guard, more of a shooting guard.
So they got 4 guards and a kind of big against Central Tech, who has legitimately 2 bigs on the floor right now, and a Palenthra and 2 guards with a forward on the wing.
And what was that word? Palenthra?
Plethora.
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 No, take out the... Are we going to go through English class here again?
Tell me. Tell me.
Plethora.
Plethora.
Stop adding the A. Plethora.
Plethora.
Love it. Love it.
This is English class 101.
Hey, English major from University of Toronto. That's a top 50 university in the world.
Let him say it.
In the world. I'll take it to the grave.
I'm just very humbled to be sitting next to the English major.
Oh, now you're just playing me.
Nice finish there. Halifax Prep not giving up. Didn't expect them to. Simply not enough size. Central Tech though, they're still playing too. They're a team that'll never quit on you as well. Substitution. Number 21, Naz Roberts, coming in.
And Naz has had himself a couple big dunks in this game.
Definitely. And they've been rim rattlers with 2 hands.
Good find to DeAndre, who's actually stepped on the line. That's a long 2 instead of the 3.
And DeAndre has a kick out when he shoots there. He kind of gets to like a next level by kicking his foot out and getting an extra bounce.
Nice move by Muntu.
No, clock's not working.
There's an issue here with the score clock. It's good now, so we will resume play. Montu with a nice left-handed finish. Halifax Prep, a team that is on the rise, first year in the MPA. Coach Eaton had a conversation with him at halftime, says he's got about 15 recruits that he's looking into. Definitely looking for some size because the guard play looks pretty good. Johnson, 3-pointer, it's down.
McGee to Johnson, right on target.
Cut it down to a 20-point game here. It looks like it's going to go down to 18. It's going to be an intentional foul by DeAndre Reed. 2 free throws and the ball.
Shooting for Halifax Prep, number 2, Julius McGee.
And a full line change here for Central Tech.
Is this hockey?
No, but they got, it's a commodity for them. Like they're able to do that.
And that's where I see them and CTA being very alike. It's just line changes and guys that are able to do multiple things. McGee, he makes 1 and 2. The second one almost spilled out. Fortunate to see it go in. It's a 19-point game. 6 minutes left here in the third. Halifax Prep, they'll fight till the bitter end.
Now don't go anywhere after this game. If you are watching right now, you want to hit the retweet button. You want to share this stream with everybody that you know that's into Canadian basketball. A big time matchup coming up after this game. Canada Top Flight Academy, the national champion from last year, returning at home to defend the crown, will be taking on AJ Lawson and the GTA Prep, along with Casey Azagu, back in Canada, left for a year to Tennessee, and he came back to the north where he belongs. And we're going to start to see a trend, Nick. There's going to be a lot of Canadian kids that travel over to the States and figure that it isn't the best system for them. They're not getting more exposure over there. They're not getting better development, and they're spending more money. Everyone is going to start to see that when we are able to keep our Canadian homegrown talent at home and in these type of infrastructures, iron sharpens iron. We are going to have, we're already next to the States, the top producer of NBA talent in the world. We are the top producer of NCAA talent in the world. What more do you want?
And
this is where it starts.
The funny part about everything you just said is how far behind are we from the States in terms of everything they do on a developmental aspect? A lot of people will say we're still very far behind. The States is ahead of us in terms of the way that they teach the game, the infrastructure that you also commented on. So for us to be producing at that level from inside of Canada, it's extremely, extremely respectable and extremely impressive. Now, how does the iron sharpen the iron, as you said as well? It's with the kids staying in Canada.
The scholarship opportunities are also endless. I mean, through all the clients that we work with in the NCAA, right now we're currently servicing over 100 schools in the NCAA, as well as Canadian universities, colleges, JUCO programs. So the film that you guys are watching at home right now gets sent out to coaches across North America. You can't lose.
It goes all over. There isn't a coach that doesn't see it.
As long as the kid is producing, as long as he is consistent, you're gonna earn a scholarship. It's on you though. Game speaks. Let's go. Here it is. Brandon Montude was a standout performer in Calgary over this summer.
It's a 16-point game. They've cut this lead right in half. It was 32. Let's see what Central Tech does here. They missed the layup. Going back up, looking for the shot. Here's McKinnon. He doesn't have it. Kind of looked like a travel, no call. That one way off. But Central Tech, they want it more right now. Ball's just not falling. That's going to be a foul on Montu, I believe. Sorry, white 11, which would be Ryan Toney, and number 3, Jaron Jones, is going to go to the free throw line. And we've definitely heard about a lot of top prospects, a Noah Kirkwood, along with others like a Kevin Pangos or a Jamal Murray, that have been able to stay in Canada, but also get training at the highest level, whether it be with CIS teams or with the Pro League, the NBL in Canada, being able to kind of go against those guys and hone their skills.
And that's the infrastructure part that we're talking about. It's still slowly developing. We are about 30 to 40 years behind in that sense. Now the prep league as a whole, or the scene, is something fairly new. It's only been around for 3 to 4 years.
That is a bad man. Nas Roberts. I mean, can we just say he dunks everything? He kind of has this entire game.
Well, he's always in attack mode. Let's take a look here at the 2018 class. The majority of the top 10, with the exception of Jashawn Henry, have committed. There's Keyshawn Saunders, who's being recruited at the mid to high level. Junior Farquhar, same thing. Stefan Ingo at Gold Academy in Massachusetts. Fardas Amick at Bridgeton Academy, who I got to see this past weekend. Had a very, very strong week in Connecticut.
Definitely some of the top talent that we've seen in our years of tracking Canadian basketball, just getting deeper. And I can say from my aspect, seeing grade 7s and 8s, we got to take a look at some of these grade 4 or 5 teams. They've got some ballers, and it's only growing. That's why, to your point, you don't need to go down south anymore. Here comes Barry. Is he going to get past all of the traffic? He finally makes it through. Montu looking for Barry, finds him. Barry fakes one way, goes the other, kicks it out of bounds. Coach Eaton telling him to get back on defense. This is crazy. They've cut this 30-point lead almost in half. There's about 5 minutes left, but you can't allow Central Tech to come down and do that. Oh, nice fake. Great pass.
That is a dime by Johnson.
You got about 3 Central Tech players on the floor wondering where the ball is. Well, it just went through the hoop. There's Naz Stevens. He's going to go to the free throw line here. Sorry, Naz Roberts. My apology. He's in the 12th grade. Looks like he'll be returning for another year. Definitely has a lot of capabilities. It's the skills now that need to be sharpened on his end. But he makes both free throws. Looks like he's got a pretty good stroke as well. Here's Montu with the left hand. Goes out to Barry. Barry fakes it. That's going to be an offensive foul by #1 Ty Mernenhand. It's been a little out of control this game. He's a young buck, 2020, grade 11 kid. You definitely have some time to grow this season in the MPA.
Halifax Prep throwing on the 1-3-1, a very loose one.
Central Tech leaving a lot of layups short there at the rim, and Halifax taking that as an invite to run. Here's Montu, finds Johnson, 3-ball. 16-point lead here for Central Tech. Halifax not going out quietly.
And Halifax Prep takes some blood.
Go down the lane. Roberts no good. Cantu with the left-handed. The left-handed finish, kind of a forced pass there. Didn't need it. Cantu back-to-back finishes. It's a 20-point game. Here's Halifax on the run. Here's Johnson looking. Nice jab series. Great left-handed pass. Oh, goodness.
That's that vision that we're talking about with Johnson. He hits his guys. Not only does he have the vision, part of it is being able to see where everybody is on the floor. The other part of it is hitting him right on target, putting him in a situation where he doesn't have to pull the ball back into a shooting or attack position.
Exactly it. It's got to be in the shooting pocket. You got to be ready to give it up, and a lot of that has to do with the point guard play. Here's another guy that should be playing the point. Muntu with the and one. He's going to shoot a free throw here. Central Tech has 14 fouls. Halifax Prep, they've got 5. 2:28 left here in the third quarter. It's been flirting around 20 points the entire game. Let's see if Halifax can get something together. Matthew Daves about to check in.
Coach Jeffers has had enough. He's putting in some reinforcement with Daves. Look at the calves on this guy.
Are those pineapples or are those calves? Someone check this guy out. Are you kidding me?
Tucked them underneath the skin. A little bit of extra juice.
2-for-1 special. Here we go, Yoon. Nice fake, gets it over to Cantu, eventually gets it in the corner. He's out of bounds. We've seen that a bunch of times this week.
The negative step. Yep, either the negative step or guys not knowing where they are on the floor in relation to being out of bounds.
You know what, the negative step is one thing, it's terrible, but if you're just out of bounds?
Oh, just standing out of bounds and catching it out of bounds, that's just ridiculous. You need to sit your you-know-what on the bench.
Get a little bit of that going. There's Johnson.
He's crafty, man.
He's just going by guys, no problem.
And look at that, and then he recovers and hits Ryan Toney right on target.
Ryan Toney coming alive here in the second half. He's got a couple threes. This could be a little exciting near the end. I mean, Daves finished that one relatively easy.
And Coach Jeffers is absolutely disgusted with his team.
Here's Johnson, can't make it. Definitely Jeffers, they had a 30-point lead. Foul coming up here, and that's bonus. Raheem Sullivan at the free throw line.
You know, Nick, this is kind of uncharacteristic of Central Tech because they're the type of team normally where they build a wide enough lead where they really step on your neck and they put, you know, they lay it out. in this situation, we haven't seen that. In part, credit to Halifax. I mean, Jaron Johnson hitting Ryan Toney on the perimeter, Brandon Muntu coming up with some big plays as well. You're seeing some good stuff from these guys. One thing, you know, we talked about them lacking a little bit of size, but one thing they do not lack is heart and effort.
It's all about the heart and effort, especially at that size, and their guard play of Montu and Johnson has been lights out.
A shout out to the whole East Coast, man. The whole east side of Canada. They're just some tough cookies to deal with.
Definitely. Definitely. They bring that grit. They bring that fire. They bring that passion. They haven't been hit by the city ways yet.
My guy Lindell Wigginton, want to show him some love at Iowa State. Getting a starting position. Already on the NBA radar.
As are numerous guys right now in the NCAA.
Nikhil Alexander-Walker, ladies and gentlemen. That is a name that you should know. Playing at Virginia Tech, big-time scorer and playmaker. A 6'6", essentially a point guard at the NBA level.
Oh, DeAndre Reed goes up. Dave's nice finish inside. He's just toying with them. There's Jaron Johnson. Goes out of bounds. It's going to be Central Tech basketball. And on the Nikhil Alexander-Walker, I'm going to go out and say it. I believe he will eventually become an all-star in the NBA.
Wow, that's a bold statement, Nick.
He is definitely the most ambidextrous player I have ever seen in my life.
Oh, that'll agree with you 100%.
I remember at our showcases, right wrist was injured. No problem. Left hand worked just as well.
And at one point, I was actually questioning whether I thought he was left-handed the whole time.
And you weren't alone. There was multiple guys questioning if he was actually a righty because of the way he performed with that left hand.
And cousin of Nikhil Alexander, Shea at Kentucky. There's another potential one and done.
Yes, yes.
Then you got Isaiah Mike at SMU, currently redshirting. But once that guy comes in, you know, he's sitting out after the year at Duquesne, but once he comes in, man, that dude is a problem.
Yes, Isaiah Mike is definitely a big-time problem there at the forward position.
Great job by Muntu on the recovery. Here he is on the break. Him and Ty on the run. Good pass, Ty. You have to be ready for that. He's attracting both defenders. Muntu is. Hands are just not ready. This is an opportunity to really turn things around.
I think when you look at a pass like that, if that was Johnson, it would have been laced right in his face. Muntu went a little lower with it, and Ty wasn't able to corral it. Either way, Central Tech has the ball here. It's 15 seconds left. Raheem Sullivan, Daves.
Okay, I guess this is where they wrap it up.
You're not even surprised anymore with the explosive ability of Daves. It's almost laughable how athletic that guy is.
He just glides.
Insanity. 91-70 for Central Tech here. Fourth quarter coming up. Stay locked in with us here at North Pole Hoops.
NPH Scouting Service. The NPH Scouting Service is another platform for exposure with a network of over 300 coaches and scouts from some of the most recognizable brands and programs. Our scouts are constantly evaluating talent to ensure accuracy and credibility. NPH Scouting Service. The NPH Scouting Service is another platform for exposure with a network of over 300 coaches and scouts from some of the most recognizable brands and programs. Our scouts are constantly evaluating talent to ensure accuracy and credibility. NPH Scouting Service. The NPH Scouting Service is another platform for exposure with a network of over 300 coaches and scouts from some of the most recognizable brands and programs. Our scouts are constantly evaluating talent to ensure accuracy and credibility. NPH Scouting Service.
And we're back here in Ottawa, nation's capital. Battle in the capital, to be exact. 21-point lead here for Central Tech. As the floater comes in, DeAndre Reed tries to just tip it in. He gets up there with that vert, and players are fighting for it. See Coach Eaton coming onto the floor, very amped about his team's effort, and how can he not be? I mean, they were down 30, they cut it all the way down to 10, now it's a 20-point game, but they haven't quit, they haven't given up. There's definitely a talent margin here and a talent gap, but they're not letting it affect their effort and their heart. Here's one of the newcomers, Johnson, Jaron Johnson, handing it off to Tony. He misses. Raheem Sullivan gliding through. DeAndre Reed still not able to finish, but that's okay. Sullivan has it. DeAndre Reed shields off the defender and allows Sullivan to finish inside. It's going to be a delay of game on Raheem Sullivan, and it's a 23-point lead.
And you'll notice Coach Kevin Jeffers of Central Tech elected to throw on his starters in the fourth quarter, or some of his starters in the fourth quarter, trying to put this one away.
Here
Foul on Reed.
Tony on the dribble. Day 4 here from the battle in the capital. This is the 5th game of the day. We've had some absolute gems today. Started off with a very competitive 9 a.m. game. And it's just been a very competitive game between SJK and St. Laurent Express. SJK was able to take that. Then we looked at Beast Prep getting their first ever win in franchise history over RNS, Rothsay Netherwood, sorry.
And then the Hounds came in.
The Hounds, it was looking like it was going to be a close game. Crestwood, however, were not able to contain one Jashawn Henry, who went for 40. Sheesh. LBA came back, stormed back exactly against BC Prep in the 4th. After being down, they eventually ended up winning by double digits. Tons of players came through on the LBA side. Played a lot of 4-guard rotations. Angelo Provenzano making his case for one of the best coaches in the league. Now we've got Central Tech and Halifax Prep battling it out here. Halifax not able to cut this to a single-digit lead, but Central Tech hasn't really been able to put them away either. Nice move by Sullivan, trying to go by. Oh, just finds Roberts.
Tough finish through the contact.
This is my first look at Naz Roberts, and I got to say, I'm pretty impressed. He's got great hops, nice body control. The next step is refining his skill set, but you look at his shooting form, looks like he can definitely, with some reps and some practice in the gym, I mean, definitely looks like he could get it up there. Has solid form and also a great follow through. And on cue, he misses the free throw. It'll be out of bounds. Central Tech ball. Currently up 23 points. They look inside first, then finally get it outside, swinging the ball against his very aggressive zone defense from Halifax Prep. Great move inside. Here's Jaron Johnson. Johnson looking around, finally finds McGee. He's been on the bench for a while. There's Montu. Kind of a bailout three, very long. Caught rim. Oh, great pass by Raheem Sullivan. Daves with the great catch and finish as well. Jeffers doesn't understand the foul there. Neither does Adebaye, excuse me. Nice screen set there, McGee. Step back three, no good. And we're going the other way. Here's dunk everything, Mr. Roberts. First one up, first one down, first one back up. Finish it on the other end.
Good for him, man.
Ryan Toney going inside, looked like a travel, no call, finishes. About 7 minutes left here, 6:50 to be exact in the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. We've got a treat for you guys. Battle of the acronyms, CTA, GTA. They're going to be going up against each other in the next matchup. As Eli alluded to, it's going to be AJ Lawson, one of the top players in his class. And what are you looking from AJ to do in this next matchup with CTA?
AJ's just gonna do what he does, man. He's just a prolific scorer. He could get it done every which angle, and he's playing above the rim a lot. He's getting in passing lanes and finishing in transition with some big dunks. He's slowly evolving. You're starting to see a lot more of the defensive side to his game. He's really utilized his length at this point in the season, and I think that he's only going to get better as he continues to put on strength. You can see that he's added a little bit of mass, but on that type of frame, he's so long that, you know, it takes a while before you really notice how much muscle he's actually put on. But from a strength perspective, he's definitely taken strides.
Night and day. As most players have done in the MPA, you get that one season in, you know what you have to work on, and you come back stronger. Who else on GTA has to step up? Because, I'm sorry, AJ Lawson isn't going to beat CTA on his own.
Yeah, no, someone who's already has been stepping up is DeAndre Pierre. Very proud of that kid's progress. You know, really filling up the stat sheet in every category.
DeAndre Pierre, also a high flyer, has his moments. Lefty, I believe.
I forget now. You put me on the spot on that one. I forget. No, I'm pretty sure he's righty.
Righty it is.
You got Casey Azagu as well in the mix, 6'10".
Casey definitely a project on the offensive end. Defensively, he's a clog. He can clog the lane. Shot changer. Shot blocker. And I'm gonna shout out a guy. Oh, Raheem Sullivan finishes. That was, and the foul wasn't called. Tony definitely hit him on the arm. I'm gonna call out another guy on GTA Prep who I think will be playing very well in the 2021 class. Nye Simmons out of Calgary.
Oh, he had himself a couple good games for sure.
Definitely coming through with his athleticism. Can shoot the ball as well. Dad was a heck of a player in Toronto in his heyday before eventually making his way out west. So that'll be a great matchup. The stands are really starting to pack up here. Anytime the home team is in the building, you can definitely expect a lot of people to be out there in the stands. Raheem Sullivan makes his free throws. 5:55 left here in the fourth quarter. Halifax Prep battled valiantly. Still a lot of work to do on their end, however. Central Tech has enjoyed a lot of success and are looking to leave the battle in the capital undefeated. Nice move there by Montu. He finds Jared Johnson. Yes.
Long distance. Dialing in from long distance.
He's out there. Played very well as Ryan Toney deflects it out of bounds. We got a substitution here. Number 2, Cullum McKinnon. He's going to come in for Yoon. And then we also have number 11, Tariq B. Hamad, coming in for Central Tech. Daves gets the ball there, swings it over. This guy can shoot the rock. That was an air ball, but no rebounding from Halifax's end. We got 106 points scored here by Central Tech. Young Buck Ty hasn't really been able to get comfortable, but Matthew Daves just throwing it down. Raheem Sullivan, woo, goes to the double spin, slips on the floor. And that's looking like it's going to be a turnover. No, it was last touch by McKinnon. More subs coming in here for Central Tech. Number 3, you're looking at Jaron Jones into the game. Halifax Prep regains possession. Barry receives the inbounds pass, swings it over to Johnson. Johnson, he's just got that thing on a string as he goes inside. Looked like a foul, no call. You won't see Johnson complaining though. Haven't seen any negative body language from him all game. Cerebral in his approach. Gotta send a quick shout out to everyone that's made this event possible. From Tony House and his support in hosting the event, to Notre Dame in Ottawa. It's been an absolute treat to have all these players from across the country in one central location, battling, competing for national supremacy. Am I missing anyone?
I think you just about rounded it up. I'd like to thank all the fans that are tuning in right now and watching. We appreciate you guys supporting these Canadian kids. They're all chasing a major dream. I bet you if you ask any one of them, they're all trying to go to the NBA. But there's levels to it. There's levels to it, that's for sure. Thank you for your support and for tuning in to the Canadian game. There's Daves. Canadian Filipino Daves. Him and Jashawn Henry have a very similar capability of getting up off of 2 feet. With very little gather, they're able to explode. A very strong base under those guys, almost as if they got springs.
Yes, definitely. And we saw a lot of Jashawn Henry. I think he's going to be giving a lot of people nightmares going forward. Coaches, how do you stop a guy like that? His drop step is virtually untouchable at this point. You get him to the free throw line and you hope he misses.
37-point game for Jashawn earlier. He's averaging somewhere around 30 on the season.
Nice pass! And the hammer by Eugene Cantu. Cantu throws it down. He was looking down at the rim on that one. Now talk about explosion. That was definitely a great punch by Eugene. There's going to be a foul here. 3:48 left in the game. Let's see if Central Tech is able to get past that 120 mark. It'll be the highest scoring game we've had so far. And who else would achieve such a feat except Central Tech? 2 up, 2 down there for Montu. Played a solid game, him along with Johnson. 2 bright spots here for Halifax. Daves, he had all day to shoot that. Here's McKinnon, he's got all day to shoot that. No good, Daves gets the rebound, looks for Reed. DeAndre Reed, bumbled it.
These guys may have all day, but I don't have all day. We got to get on with this. They were about an hour behind, and we got the game of the week potentially happening next year. Canada Top Flight host team, GTA Prep. Let's go.
It's going to be a hype matchup. There's definitely going to be tons of talent on the floor. CTA so far has just been able to dismantle anyone that's coming their way. They've got bodies as Hamad. 3 up, 3 down. And we got a timeout here. Coach Eaton doesn't like the effort. It's kind of tapered off. They had it down to 20, back up to 30. But we'll be back in about 30 seconds time. Stick with us.
Everyone has their story. What's yours? Were you born with the ball in your hands? Or were you a late bloomer? Are you a dead-eye shooter? Or a high flyer? Throws up an alley-oop! All elbow! Williams! Are you a leader? Or an elite role player? North Pole Hoops wants to know, what's your story?
Well, Central Tech, it's the historic look, that castle feel. It's a gauntlet. You walk past and you just, whoa, you look up, and the reputation that comes with it, it has that feel, it has that effect. Being in downtown Toronto, it is what it is. You're going to get everything, right? So all the distractions are going to happen. All the excitement's going to be there. Any little thing happens in school, it's newsworthy because you're a downtown school, right? So we have to get past all those distractions and focus in and dial in what we're supposed to do inside this gym. Do we play with a chip? We make it so.
We're a grit and grind team. Like, we're like underdogs. So like, we play like, even though we're up 20, we play like we're down 20.
We try to break the neck of the other teams. Once we have our foot on the gas, like, we try not to let go. If you're a hard worker, if you have nothing to lose, if you're gonna put it all on the line every night, then you could come play on Central Tech.
I'm praying that they take on my personality. I got a smile and I laugh and I joke outside of the game, but inside the game, I'm yelling, I'm screaming, and I'm fierce. And that's how we're developing right now.
Stop relying on what we did in the years past or the games past. It's now, yes?
And when we get to be that, tenacious group, that loud group, that aggressive group, great things happen.
That style and structure is making Central Tech a destination basketball school for players like Matthew Daves, who joined the Blues for his senior season.
I knew the coaches and I knew how their style of training was. And I thought that I'd fit in here well. It just brings up like a certain tone to how I'm doing everything. So like every
We're back to the action. Under 2 minutes to go in this blowout victory for Central Tech. Nobody surprised here. Halifax Prep in their first year. And with many first-year teams, they're going to go through their bumps and bruises and continue to build. Central Tech, an established force in the National Preparatory Association of Canada.
A little bit more than a bumper or bruise here. This is like a full push off the cliff.
Well, I've known a few to survive. I've actually done quite a bit of cliff diving, so.
Any bungee jumping in there?
No, I did skydiving though.
Oh, skydiving.
I did skydiving twice.
The adrenaline junkie.
Oh, big time. The only thing I haven't done yet is rode a motorcycle, and my mother swore that she wouldn't talk to me if I did, so I think that's off of my bucket list now.
Definitely have to keep the moms happy. I think dads would be on the back of the motorcycle with you.
No, my dad's not into it either.
Okay.
I just killed that conversation, didn't I? The steal from Johnson, it goes out of bounds. It'll remain Central Tech ball.
They're at the 119. They hit 120, over 120. I think this will be the highest scoring game. Something to look forward to here. Ahmad, three-pointer, no. And there we go, 121. That hit the top of the backboard. That's why you want to run the baseline.
These guys are relentless. Past the 100 mark, you got the free pizza. At the 120 mark, what did you get?
Wow. This guy's been relentless. Straight out of Calgary, Alberta. Brandon Mutu.
Mutu by way of Calgary. One of the best prospects in that region. Dew Moses as well, playing in the National Preparatory Association for Toronto Basketball Academy. Unable to make it to this session due to scheduling conflict.
Great shot there by Montu. GTA Prep on my left, waiting patiently here as they will be going up against the national champions.
You can see the frustration from Halifax Prep here.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating game for them, to say the least. They fell behind by about 20 in the first quarter. Then after that, it was just downhill. They, to their credit, they made some runs, but you just look at this Central Tech team and they are definitely at the point where, like you said, they're doing line changes. So definitely a bit ahead of Halifax at this point.
It's going to be a long season for Halifax. Ryan Toney on the rebound. The cleanup is good. He's actually been quite effective for these guys.
He's played well. Clock issue there. Got to get it down to 37 seconds. 30-point game. Bonus on both sides. Hopefully no one uses it. Nice jumper in the lane. We got number 23, Kevin Grew. Johnson, one last three, no good.
Can appreciate the fact they battle to the death. Brandon Muntu gets the steal and goes to the line for two.
Why did you advance the ball?
20 seconds left here in the game. It's a 32-point lead. Cantu puts it up, puts it in. Central
Muntu,
Tech.
that is. Muntu.
Oh.
You called him Cantu.
My apologies.
Yep,
This
that is Cantu.
That is Cantu. There we go.
Eugene Kanku guarding the ball here.
Ryan Toney, he'll put it up, no good. Central Tech with the rebound, and they'll dribble it out as they'll take it. 126-95. Everyone stay tuned. This will be the game of the day as we got GTA Prep to my left, AJ Lawson, he's ready to go. And then we got CTA on my right, they're also ready. Be back with you in about 10 minutes time.